Hi guys, it's Heather. Excuse me. I recorded this last night, but I was really all over the place, and so I thought I would try to condense it. It was like 20 some minutes, and it was a lot of all over the placeness. So this is my 4-month post-op duodenal switch update on November 9th, 2016. I had a revision from a lap band to a duodenal switch with Dr. Bermudez at Rex Bariatrics in Raleigh, North Carolina. My starting weight was 304 pounds. My day of surgery weight was 283.2 pounds. My weight last week was 227.6 pounds. And my weight yesterday, which was my exact 4-month mark, March 9th, 2017, was 226 pounds. So that was a 1.6 pound loss for the week, 57.2 pounds since surgery, and 78 pounds for the whole thing. And I have 51 pounds to go. Not too bad. Excuse me. But that's 2 kinda low losses in a row, and I'm trying not to be discouraged by that, not to be disappointed. I know that I'm starting to feel a little bit like, is this the end? Is this going to work? I just don't know. I'm sure there's no indication that it's not going to work. There's no indication that this is the end. Everything, I'm still losing. I'm still eating like I should be, but I do think I need to, if this continues, maybe reevaluate where I'm eating, if things are slipping in, if I'm actually tracking everything, because there are a few things I probably am not tracking as well as I should, and some things have snuck in recently. Caffeinated coffee. I'm at work right now, and here where I work, we have 2 coffee machines, and only one of them has decaf, and it's been broken most of this week, so almost every day I've had a caffeinated coffee, and that was certainly not an everyday thing before. And right before my period started last time, I really had chocolate cravings, so I didn't eat so much, but I bought it. Every time I went to the grocery store, I would buy chocolate. It was dark chocolate, or I tried the Lily's dark chocolate with, I think it has erythritol or xylitol, one of those sugar alcohols in it, and that stuff's really good. But I haven't eaten a lot of it, but I've eaten some, maybe a little bit, most days in the past week or so. I had some today. And I do track it, and I do count it in my carbs, and haven't tracked mine yet for today. I need to do that. I've been bad about tracking that. I've been bad about tracking things exactly when I eat them. So maybe that'll, if I get a little bit better about that, maybe that'll help. And my husband and I did have a date night, and I've decided that, when we go out to eat like that, I'm just not going to worry about it, because it's so hard to track things. We usually go to restaurants that have unusual kinds of foods, and it's just hard to track. I didn't eat bread, I didn't eat dense carbs or anything like that, but I did have some field peas. I don't know if everybody knows where they're big in the South. And I did have like a bite of his dessert that night, and a bite of my kids'. There's a great patisserie downtown here, and I got some macarons for them. They didn't really like them, so they took a couple bites, and then I had a bite and finished. They're small, but still, they were very, very sweet, and I'm finding that things are really sweet now, and I don't eat a lot of sweet things. A lot of things are very sweet. I eat yogurt, but I eat Siggi's, and it's just not very sweet. But the other yogurts that I've tried, mass market, like Yoplait or Dannon, even if they're Greek and low carb, yeah, they've been pretty sweet, like too sweet for me, not something I want to eat all the time. But I think plain Greek yogurt is still too sour. But anyway, and I've been not eating so much. I've had a couple, but been buying ice cream, so it's been warm here. And I've had it a couple times. I bought a couple things, a Halo top, and I've tried those, had small servings of both of those kinds. I bought some Arctic Zero, but I haven't tried it yet. It's just, you have to let it soften before you eat it, and usually it's the end of the evening and I want to go to bed and I just want to have a little something, and so I have some carbs left and whatever. Anyway, and then everybody started talking about enlightened ice cream, and I wanted to try it, but my local grocery store doesn't carry it. They do carry the bars. So they had two kinds of bars, salted caramel, and I forget what the other one is, but I bought a box each of those, but I haven't tried them yet, so don't know. Maybe I'll record when I try them. It's supposed to be cold this weekend, so probably won't be anytime soon, but when I do, maybe I'll record and let you guys know how those are. I think that's it for food, probably. So my husband said something the other night that kind of struck me as weird. Kind of hit me that he said it's like I'm a different person physically than I used to be, and I mean I've lost 78 pounds, and yeah, I probably look a lot different than I used to, but inside I still feel the same. I'm still me. I'm still obese, even though I've lost 80 pounds, or 78 pounds. And I don't feel any different inside. And I think I said this in my intro video. I haven't ever felt in my life, like, aside from like romantic relationships and basically not feeling like I could ever, like the boys that I was interested in looked at me like a friend, not like a romantic interest most of the time. Besides that, like, I've just never felt like people have treated me differently because I was overweight. And I haven't noticed people treating me any differently since I've lost that much weight. We'll see if that changes, when I get down more closer to a normal range. But so far I haven't really noticed anything like that. I guess we'll see if that changes. I have been okay. So I was going to show you guys my scars since it's been 4 months, 17 weeks and 4 months. Oh, well, not 4. Anyway, so I think you can see most of them. So this is the really small one. I think that's an old one from my lap band surgery. This is the one I was worried most about, but it's pretty light, but you can see how it kind of puckers. That's where they took the lap band out, so they had a big incision and they had to I had to do a lot of work in there. And then the rest, like, these are kind of raised, a little bit raised, but they're small. Same there. So those are my incisions. And speaking of scars, I noticed the other day, since my stomach is looser and I can like lift it up and look underneath it better now, I can see my C-section scars there more easily, and they look really great. They're just like a white line. So guess I heal very nicely. And speaking of like the under stomach area, shout out to Britt Bratt for mentioning, I think it was in her 1 year skin flick, she talked about like spraying deodorant in those areas where you might get rashes, and I had never heard of that, or I never thought of that. And I started trying it, and it really works very well. I've been using powder for a really long time, being overweight for so long, no big deal. I use powder like all the time just to try to keep areas dry, but it doesn't always work, and because you sweat and then it's gone. But spray deodorant works really well. And also about scars, I've been thinking a lot lately about plastic surgery, and if and when I get down to my goal weight or around there, when I feel like I'm at a stable weight, I definitely want to have plastic surgery. And so I've been watching videos and things like that about people who've had plastic surgery after weight loss, or even not after weight loss. And I definitely want to get my tummy tuck and my breasts, and definitely my arms. They've got a lot of, that skin is not going to bounce back. They've got a lot of extra there. So, and I don't know about other things that we'll see at the time, but those are 3 things I know I'm going to want to have done. It's still a ways in the future, obviously. I feel like I'm jumping the gun, thinking about that now, but it's definitely something I want to do. And then I have a new goal. My daughter's school does a 5K every year, and they just did that last weekend. There was no way I could do it this year, and I think one town near me does one on Thanksgiving morning. And I was thinking that I don't want to run a marathon. I don't want to be a long distance runner, but doing a 5K is reasonable and something that I think that I would want to do. So maybe next year at her school, or even this Thanksgiving. So I do have the Couched 5K app, and I've used it before, but not like a long time. It's been a long time since I used it. But I liked it, and so I'm gonna continue. So I did get back on I got back on the treadmill last night, and so I'm gonna try and get back into a good routine for that, and start using the Couched 5K app and see how that goes. I like how I feel when I exercise, but the hard thing is making time for it. So I need to do that. And I think that having a goal will certainly help with that. So that's my new goal. Definitely by next year, by next March, being ready to do that. And maybe before, maybe by Thanksgiving, but definitely by next year. And my daughter said she'll go with me. In fact, she's going to teach me how to run, because she's 6 and she knows everything. But I think that's it for this week, this month for me. I'm gonna, my husband took some photos of me, and I'm gonna include those, and I'm gonna include probably my graphs for my weight, pictures of those, so you guys can see kind of how it is, how it's going. Yeah, but 4 months down, and I would not have made a different decision at all. This is a great thing for me, and I hope everyone else thinks that they made the best decision for them, and that's the best we can do, right? Make the best decision for you. I hope everybody's having a great week and enjoying your life, and I'll see you next week.